Brooks and Davis Real Estate Firm, LLC, offers more value than any other good full-service real estate brokerage firm when it comes to the sale of your home. We offer at least 27 things that contribute to your home selling in the least amount of time at the highest price. To receive our free home selling pamphlet, email us at info@brooksanddavis.com or call 713-665-8329. We also assist people who want to purchase homes or who are interested in getting their real estate license. Visit us at www.brooksanddavis.com.
Are you an inspiring entrepreneur? Or maybe you're an entrepreneur looking to take your business to the next level. My name is Larry W.Brooks, and I am the author of Empowering Quotes for the Entrepreneur in You and The Entrepreneur Code. In these two books, I guarantee you there's success secrets that will take your business to the next level. I personally invite you to visit LarryWBrooks.com. Go under the books link and purchase your signed personal copy from myself. You have a great day and have an awesome 2020.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the Prime Real Estate Network podcast. I'm your host, Rick Davis. If you don't follow me on Instagram, I urge you to do so at Prime Real Estate Rick. If you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in residential or commercial real estate anywhere in the great state of Texas, but especially here in our lovely city of Houston, you can reach me directly on Instagram at Prime Real Estate Rick. As always, it's an honor and a pleasure to be here with you this Thursday here on the show. This is one of those shows that I've been looking forward to for quite a while. But before I introduce this week's guest, I want to introduce my co-host. Not only is he a successful real estate broker, a multi-time author, serial entrepreneur, the proud proprietor of the Pure Hustle clothing brand, known in the northern and southern hemispheres as Mr. Pure Hustle and the Texas Real Estate King. Give it up for my co-host on episode 151, Mr. Larry W. Brooks. What's going on, brother?
Hey, this is 151, man.
And we don't mean Bacardi, man. This is what I'm talking about. 151.
So that is consistency. You know what I mean? And that's the breakthrough on things, man, when you got that consistency behind it. So I'm excited. I'm happy to be here, man. I'm happy to have the guests that we have with us today, the way they're going to pour into our audience, man. So I'm excited.
Hey, man, with this being the last episode in the month of September,
man, it is, isn't it?
I'm trying to tell you, the year's flying by.
Yeah,
I want to brag on the weather in Houston today, man. So once again, as I said last week, but today, well, we got outside, 83 degrees.
I know, but man, it ain't quite 3 o'clock yet. I see some things supposed to roll in at 3 o'clock. So.
He say about 3 o'clock. Hey, well, if you're on your way to Houston, man, get here before 2:45, man. Larry say about 3 o'clock it's going to get ugly. So, brother, man, it's been a great week, man. Everything has been going outstanding at Brooks and Davis Real Estate Firm, man. Update our audience as far as what's been going on, as far as what we got going and what it is that we've already had going on this week.
Yeah, things have been great, man. You know, we keep a calendar packed of events, so I always feel free to follow my page, IG page, Rick's page. You'll be able to find more details on what the company has going on. I also want to give a shout out to Stephen F. Austin this weekend. We having Battle of the Piney Woods.
Come on, man. Them Jacks, man. SFA all day. Let's go. Jacks up, baby.
All day. And the thing is that I think that we're in the era where it's time for us to do our domination. I think the new coaching staff, the team over there are doing. Ryan has brought on some amazing coaches. So I think that we're ready at Stephen F.
Okay, I'll refrain from making any promises until after the game on Saturday. There's quite a few Sam Houston grads that watch the show.
That's right.
And I don't want to motivate them to say anything ridiculous in the comments. So until after we put foot to ball, I'll save my contents for either late Saturday or early Sunday.
Sound like a good idea.
But as always, Brooks, man, one of the cool things that we do is we give you an opportunity to share with the audience the links that you go to secure the guests that we have here on a weekly basis. So is there anything about the reaching out to this week's guests and being able to get them to sit down with us?
You know, it's funny how quickly relationships can be built, right?
Right.
And so the guest actually took a look at his calendar and accepted immediately, right? But the one thing that was fun about this guest is that I met him at a networking event. You know, I'm putting feet to pavement, passing out cards, and he and I sat down in the heat and had a great conversation. We laughed. And one thing that I love about Cam, one of our guests today, is that he led with sharing advice, right? So we both shared that we both go to Champion School of Real Estate and sometimes speak to the students about our businesses and what it is that we offer in the real estate industry. And Cam shared to me one of his jokes that he uses on them. I haven't used it yet, Cam, but I do plan on using it in the future. But
before we introduce this week's guest, because you like to pull the curtain back a little early from week to week, man. But we're gonna let that one slide for a second. But one of the things that we talked about on some prior episodes is for new agents the importance of getting out and networking.
That's right.
As long as you've been in the industry, especially here in the Houston area, could you just share with our audience, Larry, why you still, at the point of your career, still feel like it's important to put feet to pavement and shake hands and meet new professionals on a regular basis?
It's something you have to do. You know, The thing is that you always want to stay relevant, and the way that you do that is either you're spending a large amount of money running ads somewhere that's going to continue to keep you in front of people, or you're going to go out and be social, right? And the thing for me, the social currency that I have through meeting people like Cam and other great guests that we've had on the show is that those build stronger relationships than maybe me just DMing somebody or inboxing somebody. So I think putting feet to pavement, meeting people, shaking hands, and as I say, kissing babies, is the strongest way that you build and keep those relationships.
Absolutely, man. So without any further ado, I'd like to introduce this week's guest, man. We have two really important guests, movers and shakers here in the local real estate community.
Yes, sir.
They both lead successful teams here in the greater Houston area, and I'd like to introduce first the team lead and real estate advisor of the Houston Heights Real Estate Group, Mr. Stephen Turner, and the team lead and real estate advisor at Omega Real Estate Group, Mr. Cam Collins. Thank you both, gentlemen, for sitting there with us this week.
Good morning.
Throw that applause in, man.
Thank you, Rick.
It's not exactly walking up in the bottom of the ninth of the World Series, man, but we do what we can.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel me, man. So Cam,
That time's
Turner,
coming. That time's coming.
that time coming. Cam, I want to thank you and Turner for sitting there with us. But first, Cam, could you just introduce the Omega Real Estate Group, everything that you do to our audience, and how you serve the real estate community by and large?
Okay, I'll be happy to do that. Thanks for having us. The Omega Group is basically a North Side mini tribe. It's part of a large group in our organization called the Team Legacy. We're citywide. There's 1,000 realtors citywide. We happen to be with the EXP, which is a little different than the way things used to be set up. Mm-hmm. It's very different. It's a corporate broker, and I'll talk about that if you want me to talk about it.
Yeah, please.
But what Omega does is our whole goal is to set up young, aspiring realtor leaders, Rick, to start their own groups. And there's a couple that have spun off of the Omega Group up in the north side, in the Woodland Spring, Cypress area. And that's why I'm so excited, seriously excited, that Turner's here today, because Turner is doing the same thing in the Heights Group, and our associate Claudia is here with us in the studio today. They're kicking off the Heights Group.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, in fact, I brought the logo. I mean, you can see
absolutely.
it.
like
You got to
it.
represent.
Yeah.
That's real nice.
Yeah. So
That's actually a reflection of one of the building in the Heights.
That
That
was
was the
it
intent.
is.
So when you see that, you think Heights.
Okay, it works.
Oh, no,
Because
absolutely.
when I
We
saw
know
it,
exactly what's going on there.
We bought the copyright. We did the whole thing.
Yeah.
And passed it off at the Real Estate Commission. So I mean, it's starting January the 1st. But Turner's setting that up.
Yeah.
So that's my job. That's my
Absolutely.
jam, is to get young leaders like Turner and Claudia, who's here in the studio with us, to get them going.
No, because Cam, I don't want this to be undervalued, is because the organizational method that you're describing is a lot different than what traditionally happens in the real estate industry. So could you explain to our audience what makes your model a little bit different than what they may be used to?
Rick, that's a great question, and there's 47 answers to that question. So, but I'm gonna describe it, especially for Larry. You get this, Larry, like as an old head broker, right?
Yeah.
That's a joke. Right?
Only in real estate years though.
That's right.
actual years.
Yeah, that's like who's counting, So, but like, dig it. So I was with these other great firms. You would recognize the names. I mean, I can't say the name on the air, but I mean, like the initials are KW. Okay, like great firm. I love them. I owned another firm. I was with Century 21. Great firm. Love those folks. Here's the difference, Rick. Short answer. I would set up a team, a group with aspiring young realtors, and they would come in and we'd set up groups in good seasons and in bad. I mean, this is over 30 years, Larry.
Yeah.
Then after about 2 years, then I have a young, handsome Turner walk in, and their body language is like this, Larry.
Yeah.
Like, oh, Cam, it's been great. I love it, man. It's been great. I love you, man. I said, I love you too, man.
Yeah.
But you're quitting, aren't you? Yeah, I'm gonna start my own deal. And that's a natural evolution.
Especially in
I mean, you
entrepreneurship,
can't
absolutely.
that's part of the game in those years.
Yeah.
Now, with this corporate model, Larry, okay, now an aspiring young realtor, I mean, they're all set up, but they don't leave because they allow Turner and his vision. He said, like, you own the Heights Real Estate Group? And I said, yeah, I bought it years ago. I've had it for a couple of years. Yep. Cam, that's my jam. Let's go do it. So he doesn't leave. Am I answering your question?
Absolutely.
Rick is like this one big corporate, all 50 states, big box thing. I can get my license in Louisiana and Colorado, which we're both doing. And, it's great economically. Huge teams are being attracted and leaving some of the big box companies. So,
It's great because you mentioned so much about the Heights Real Estate Group, and I want to ask you this, Turner, because it's such a big outpouring of energy, resources, intellectual property. Could you talk about what your life was like before real estate and entrepreneurship, and what prepared you to take on such a big responsibility as leading a real estate team?
Absolutely. So a little bit of background on me. I was in the Army for 26 years before moving back to Houston and becoming a realtor. But my time in the Army kind of prepared me for this. I've always wanted to own my own. I've always had a hustler spirit. If you want to call it that. Yeah. But when I was in the Army and in other careers before that, other jobs before that, my hustle, other people benefited from my hustle, not necessarily me. And so being an entrepreneur, the same hustle is still here, but now I get to benefit as opposed to just somebody else getting the benefit from my hustle. That's kind of my watchword.
No, it's because the thing I want to make sure everyone in our audience understands is that starting a business, of course, you look forward to the financial benefit, but I think sometimes we don't talk about how it brings up our spirit, energy, self-esteem, feeling of self-worth, feeling of I have something to contribute, and that I'm building for the lasting legacy of our family. So, and this is something about having entrepreneurs and business owners here that Larry and I always have the opportunity to benefit from is, could you talk about how it feels to not only educate other agents, but also share that same energy, that same upliftment that you felt bringing new people onto the team?
So it is rewarding to me, not just to bring others on, but to help the client. Because it's my job to get them where they want to be. Absolutely. Right. So we talk about direction, where you want to be, purpose, why you want to be there, and then you talk about how you're going to get there. Right. What's the motivation? So for me, the motivation is a happy client, because I want to deal with the client like he's my friend. Right. So at the end of the day, he tells somebody else about me. Hey, man, that Scott Turner, man, he looked out for me. He did this, and this. So when I'm talking to a new agent, because I too go to the Champlain Real Estate School, even though I'm relatively new, I still go over there and I talk to folks that are in school. And when I talk to them, I tell them how rewarding it is to help. And at the end of the day, as long as you're helping and contributing, then the business will always be satisfying, regardless of how much your paycheck is. If you're helping, it'll always be rewarding.
If you're serving, the paycheck will follow.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And I want to thank you, Turner, for being so transparent and open, because sometimes, especially when you're relatively new in a leadership position, sometimes it can be challenging to share and pour all of that especially in a public sphere like doing a podcast interview. So I thank you so much for sitting in with us. But when we come back, I want to ask you and Cam a little bit about what motivates and inspires both of you gentlemen on a regular basis.
Okay.
And who or what might have served as a beacon to lead you down the path of entrepreneurship.
Gotcha.
So if you gentlemen don't mind, we could talk about that after we come back from our break.
Sure thing.
That'd be a blessing.
Thank you so much. I want to thank everybody for tuning into the Prime Real Estate Network podcast. We're going to take a short break to hear from our sponsors, but we'll be right back.
I'm serial entrepreneur Larry W. Brooks, and I'd like to personally invite you to take a closer look at the Pure Hustle clothing brand, along with several books that I've authored to take entrepreneurs, small business owners to the next level of their business. So please take a look at shoplwb.com. How do you survive?
Rent to own is not a myth. Turn your rental payment into a down payment with Divvy Homes and the Prime Real Estate Network. All you need to qualify is a 550 minimum FICO score and $40,000 in annual income. If you've worked your current job for at least the last 6 months and you can prove that you have $2,000 in the bank, your dream of home ownership can become a reality. Please direct message, call, or email the Prime Real Estate Network today and learn more about this exciting new program.
Brooks and Davis Real Estate Firm, we pride ourselves every month in having tons of events. So take a look at this calendar. If you see something you want to be a part of, you see an opportunity to come out, network with realtors, partners, and affiliates of Brooks and Davis Real Estate Firm, we cordially invite you, and I'll see you at these events.
Welcome back to the Prime Real Estate Network podcast. I'm your host, Rick Davis. You can follow me on Instagram at Prime Real Estate Rick. Remember, if you're looking to buy, sell, or invest relatively in residential or commercial real estate anywhere in the great state of Texas, you can reach out to me directly. As always, my co-host is the Texas Real Estate King, Mr. Larry W. Brooks, holding it down with me again on episode 151.
Hey, consistency. I can't say more than enough of that, man. Just consistency.
And sitting in with us are our most honored guests this week, Mr. Cam Collins and Mr. Steven Turner.
Yeah.
Both team leads. Mr. Collins with the Omega Real Estate Group and Mr. Turner with the Houston Heights Real Estate Group.
They've been doing a great job at pouring into us, man.
Oh, no, definitely. They
so-
definitely emptied the cup in the first segment, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So thank you both, gentlemen, for sitting in with us this week,
Yes,
man.
indeed. Well, hey, Facebook, y'all know we love and appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in for the first half of the show. But it's very, very important for not only us, but our guests that you go, you support us, you follow our pages. So you've seen up under the individuals that's been here, that's speaking today, you've seen their thought process, you've seen their leadership that they have. So make sure you go and follow them. Also, make sure that you go to our YouTube page, the Prime Real Estate Network. Like, subscribe, look at the videos, follow, like, and subscribe behind our guests, and most definitely feed into their business. Make sure that you pour into their business and plant seeds into their business. So with that being said, Facebook guests, we love and appreciate you, and we'll see you next week.
And big shout out to Larry. I appreciate you for thanking everybody. Everyone, if you've been sharing the past episodes on your Facebook pages, man, I appreciate it so much. If you've been sharing our posts on IG, sharing our stories, and sharing our reels, appreciate it, no doubt. Gentlemen, you guys did an outstanding job of showing our audience a little bit about what happens in real estate in front of the camera, what happens behind the scenes, what goes into planning and implementation and building a business. But Cam, I wanted to make sure I asked you this question because you're so giving as not only a team leader, but as an inspiration and a motivation. You've helped so many entrepreneurs start to build their real estate practices. But what is it that you're truly passionate about? What is it that motivates and inspires you on a regular basis? Because we all know to be as successful as you've been in business is about more than financial gain. So what is it on a regular basis that gets you up and gets you going?
Rick, I'm going to tell you, I coach, and I'll coach young realtors, and I'll tell them, look, if you're in this just for the money, you need to check your why. Because I'm going to tell you, if you're in just for the money, you're not going to be a happy realtor. True. You got to find something. You got to give back to the community. You got to give back to the community. My jam is I like to play guitar. I've played guitar since I was a kid. So now I go into prison. I got hooked up with these dudes, and they challenged me. I didn't want to go into prison. I plenty. I could play around at churches and whatnot. These guys made me a bet, Larry.
Yeah.
They said, well, I'll tell you what. You go play in this prison. It was the East Ham prison up outside of Huntsville, Texas. They said, you go play your guitar, and we'll buy you lunch.
Yeah.
for a year.
Oh wow!
If you don't like it, if you say you don't like it. So I said, well, I'll take your bet.
Yeah.
And so I went in. Well, I lost a bet. Okay, so I love prison ministry. So that's what I do. Now, not everybody's called to that. I've done Habitat for Humanity, et cetera, et cetera. You can find any number. Our associates on the north side, the Omega team, we do the Montgomery County Food Bank, for example. I'm not in charge of that. Another one of our leaders does that, but we all pour into the Montgomery County Food Bank because we can't get into prisons right now anyway, Larry. Yeah. I think that's kind of what you're driving at.
Congratulations on that, because that's a big deal. You know, I think that you being able to take your talent and express it in front of those men or women that you may be playing in front of, it's important to them. You know, they need people that's going to pour into them when it comes to that as well. So,
well, it is. Yeah. It is, Larry, and I'm going to tell you. Let me state what you just stated another way. If you got a gift or a talent, and you're not using it to help your fellow man,
that's right.
Then to me, I mean, I don't want to sound too heavy on you, but that means you kind of wasting your life.
I agree.
To put it in so many words. Yeah. So, in any event, I'm gonna let Turner talk about it because it's legacy. It's legacy.
Yep. No, and same question for you, Turner. What is it that motivates and inspires you every morning when you get out the bed and get after it?
Every morning for me, it is absolutely family. It is leaving something for establishing and being able to leave something for my family. Currently, my sister is in real estate, in school for real estate in Louisiana, so I've talked her into it, kind of bringing her on board, as well as some other friends of mine. So for me, it is building and being able to leave something when I'm done with this hustle.
Right.
That I leave something that my son can pick up, or my sister, or brother, or whoever can pick up behind me.
And Turner, this is a question that Larry and I ask our guests every week. Was there a member of your family, social circle, church member that was a business owner, entrepreneur, that might have owned a shop or a store that kind of like gave you a vision or served as an example of someone who was out there making their own way and traveling that tough road?
So the short answer to that is yes. However, they were not entrepreneurs. They were not business owners. They were on the other side of that, and I saw what I didn't want to do. Okay. So even though I served in another career before that, I've always wanted to be on the other side and be an owner myself, and not just on the hunt. As you know, so to speak. So I wanted to be on the ownership side. So this is my time to do that and work for myself. You know.
And see, I got to ask you this, Cam, and the reason why I wanted to ask you this as a final question is because we talked a little bit about this before we started recording, that when people meet Cam Collins, MBA, entrepreneur, business owner, sometimes they can only frame you in the frame of meeting you at that particular moment in time.
Yeah.
And sometimes
life
the path,
is a moment of impact proposition.
And they can undervalue sometimes that evolutionary path that you've had to travel. So when you think back to your formative years, who may have served as an inspiration to you from a motivation, entrepreneur, or business owner standpoint?
It's my grandmother.
Oh, wow.
Easy answer. That's an easy answer. Yeah, my grandma Dicey, who was in Gladewater, Texas.
I know people from Gladewater. You better stop.
And they were po is Job's turkey. You ever heard that old saying?
Cam be having all kind of sayings over there. You sit down with
Cam. That's a good one.
See, you didn't ask it, but me and Turner, we call ourselves brothers, of different mothers, But y'all have heard that before. But I'm going to tell you, that was it. It just started years ago with my spiritual upbringing and with my I was just raised pretty rough, so I don't know if that answers your question.
No, so she was just a hard-working woman, and she motivated you to get after it.
She taught me Proverbs 3, 5, and 6.
Yeah.
To trust the Lord, and He's going to direct your path.
Yeah.
Right. But so you do that, but you still got to get out and hustle. Yep. To use I love Turner's phrase, you still got to get out and hustle.
Still got to get it out.
No, and it's pure hustling. And this may be a curveball because I didn't prepare you for this question, Cam, but I have to ask because I asked Turner in our last segment. The way that you've built your foundation of business and education and consultation on giving back and empowering. What do you think your grandmother would think, seeing how you've developed as a business person, seeing the path that you've chosen, with you just crediting her as that type of an example?
Oh man, you're gonna make me cry. But I'm gonna tell you is that when I get to the big house, she's gonna say, "Come here, son. I think you did well, and you paid attention.
Yeah,
right.
You paid attention." There's been other influences, Rick. I mean, like the little things like this. It's a 30-second story, Larry, if I could.
Go for it.
It's like you listen to your intuitiveness. I mean, once you're in the stream of this thing, the way it works is like I met Larry just because I wasn't. I live in the Woodlands, and I wasn't going to come to that networking event. I wasn't going to come. This is the truth. I walked in, Larry, and I said, I want to meet the most influential guy in the room. I said that to the chap who was hosting. He said, "Go over there, back on the back.
Yeah.
There's this guy, and he's got these stack of cards, and don't worry, he'll talk your leg off." So I went back, and I sat down. That's when you and I started.
That's
and
right.
From that, I need to tell you, Larry, from that, I met a couple of other influential realtors who have now joined our team. I mean, amazing people just from that. So that's the way it works. That's the way it flows.
You told me that day too. Yep. That's what's up.
And I mean, you know, because you just, and I know I asked some questions that was a little bit different than you might have been expecting, considering this was a business interview. But I just always feel like it's so important for our audience to take something from our guests that they wouldn't get from a business card or seeing a website or getting a mailer.
Yeah.
Because what's going to happen is, now that our audience has been introduced to both of you gentlemen, they're going to see you guys through just maybe advertisements or networking, and I want them to be able to shake your hand and be like, I know something about these gentlemen, so I want to thank you both so much.
We can
Thank
sell
you.
your house. Don't believe it.
Don't go past that now.
That's right. Heights Real Estate Group. Okay, it's coming. But
Absolutely.
Miss Claudia over here. Sorry, she's not with us today on camera, but I'm gonna tell you what, she is a house selling thing over there. And Turner, boss manager, negotiator. Oh my gosh, he's amazing. So anyway,
So no,
just
let's
a little
definitely
pitch.
let's share all the contact info so everyone in the audience can reach out
Thank
to
you.
reach out, ask any questions, and schedule consultations and/or meetings.
And Miss Claudia, I want the audience to see you. Come over here and wave between these two guys. Let them see.
Oh, she gonna come
Let 'em see
in!
who the-
Oh,
let
this
'em
is
see
live!
This
Look, you gonna take the hat off? There it is!
audience, y'all check out Miss Claudia.
You're supposed to look
So,
at
okay,
that.
no.
Look
No,
at that.
question for Miss Claudia. Please share any contact information. How can anyone in our audience reach out to you and meet you as well?
Your phone number.
Through camp, my phone number is 281-217-4396, and there's my camera. Looking forward to coming on board as a rookie with these experts here, and helping you in the future. Selling a home, buying a home. We've got
Where you from? That's
Hey,
amazing.
see,
accent.
I
What-
knew she
give me
had that accent.
Where you from?
We could have switched any of you dudes out. What are we talking about here?
I'm sorry I had to play this game. Where do you think I'm from?
That's what you get for
Is it
talking.
Australia?
Well, it is. I'm from a little town called Cronulla Beach, south of Sydney.
Yeah.
Thank you
See?
so much for
Well,
putting
thank
him
you.
on blast like that, asking them kind of questions.
like it.
Thank you so much, Miss Claudia. Absolutely. Look, man, Larry, boy, you've been getting
Come
out
on,
your
man,
shell
I'm
the
just
last
saying,
couple
just a
of
little
weeks.
bit.
Man.
I like to talk just a little bit.
That's a great question, brother. Look, as we do always, man, is there anything you want to share with the audience before we sign off in the world of the Texas Real Estate King or Brooks and Davis Real Estate Firm? What we got going to let them know about the happy hour?
Yeah, I completely forgot about that.
Oh,
I'm
no, I
glad
won't let
mentioned
you.
it. Yeah. So today, if you're looking to get licensed or you're licensed in the real estate industry, we have one of our amazing guests with Goosehead. It's going to be hosting a happy hour for realtors, and it's going to be taking place in the Rice Village area. I think the place is called Hungary's, is upstairs. But Rice Village, if you look up Hungary's, it'll pop up. So you're more than welcome to join us. I think it begins at 3, go from 3 to 7 today. So if you're in the city of Houston or you're near the Rice Village area, you're looking to get licensed or you are licensed, come on by that event. I'll be out this weekend tailgating with Stephen F. Austin and Sam Houston games. So I'll actually have a booth set up with the Pure Hustle merchandise. So Check us out. Come by.
There it
And-
is,
and
brother.
there it
Look,
is.
man, I want to big shout out. I want to invite everyone. If you do not follow the Prime Real Estate Network page on Instagram, follow it at Prime Real Estate Network. You can keep up with all the information as far as our podcast and things that's going on at Brooks and Davis Real Estate Firm. And if you go there right now, go to our store, you'll get all the information about the happy hour. I'm always excited when we have these type of networking events and we get the Brooks and Davis family together. And I want to invite everyone out there to come and partake as well. So, since the Texas Real Estate King done already told you everywhere he gonna be,
That's it.
follow my people. Make sure y'all come out. If you a lumberjack, let's root hard this weekend to be Sam. If you from Sam, we really hope y'all lose. So on behalf of the Texas Real Estate King, Mr. Larry W. Brooks, I'm Rick Davis. I want to thank everyone for checking out the Prime Real Estate Network podcast. And until next Thursday, everyone be safe and be blessed.